Here we go, it's all about you. It's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me. Trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see.
Okay, now we're gonna just have like a quick chat and critique about the fashion in the show. Or at least in like the first episode from what I've seen so far. One of the first outfits we see is worn by the teacher, Miss Keller. And it's a flashback to the OG Gossip Girl, one of Serena's first looks. We have like this beige blazer or overcoat, I'm not sure which one. A cute scarf tied around the neck with a striped sweater underneath and some blue jeans. Simple and cute, kind of like a minimalist French girl look, especially with like the bob she has. And of course this look is not bad by any means. This is definitely a look I think any girl would wear. It's a look I would wear. There's nothing wrong with it. Aesthetically pleasing. It's a nice little, again, a nod to the first episode of OG Gossip Girl. And yeah, I don't have really much else to say about it. So let's move on to the next look. Now, one of the things I don't particularly like about the fashion scenes, well, not fashion scenes, but what I don't enjoy about how the show is portraying the fashion in it for me is just like, it's annoying when you obviously know the audience cares about the fashion and it is here for some of the fashion aspect of the TV show, but you don't do enough, or you don't do good enough of a job to really show me the outfits that you've picked out. Like in this one scene, but I'm gonna show you guys now here, Luna is wearing what I think is a very lovely white kind of like 3-tiered dress. It looks like it kind of has like this kind of asymmetrical high-low thing going on with a bit of frill and ruffle, and I don't hate this dress. I think it looks very good on her. Probably not something I personally would wear or is my personal aesthetic. It's not something that's trendy right now or anything like that, but you can tell it's of high quality and it looks to be really tailored well for her body and her height as well, and I like the dress. Now the other two outfits off to the right, I can't really see that well. There's a couple of other scenes where I could see Monet's outfit from the top at least somewhat, and I did like what I saw from the top. And then I have Julian wearing like some kind of like a structured shoulder, head to toe bodysuit with kind of like structured or padded shoulders, and I think she looks good in it. They're all simple and beautiful looks on their own, nothing like crazy, again, like I said. For the most part, I don't think I've gotten too much of a distinct kind of style from anybody yet. Also in this scene is Max, who has on flowery, kind of like this really soft blouse, and I did watch one of those Gossip Girl videos from the official HBO Max that was like a live stream, a runway show live stream kind of thing, and they did say that the shirt that he was wearing is a woman's, meaning that it's just advertised as women's apparel, and I do like that. And I think the designer is saying, or the fashion runner, however you want to call his position in the role, was saying that for Max, because he is sexually fluid, like he doesn't particularly stick to any kind of gender norms when it comes to clothing. He wears what he thinks is fashionable, so that's something they're doing with him, and you probably see that more with his style. Like he likes a lot of like flowery, soft patterned blouses, and I actually like that. So he does himself have a kind of distinct pattern you will see throughout the first episode, with a lot of that going on with those blouses. But other than him, I can't really say too much that many of the other characters have a distinct style. I would say maybe Zoya has somewhat of a distinct style, like she's pretty casual when she's picking out her own clothes. Yeah, it's kind of like casual but fashionable at the same time. She likes to look put together, but she likes like something, she likes like, I guess like one piece that would be baggy and like looks like a sneaker, like a casual but styled wear is what I would have to say for her. that's about it. I think with the other three girls, Monet, Luna, and Julian, their taste or style is just expensive so far. Now in another scene when they're at like the fashion show, you have Mona and Luna. I really like Luna's fit together. So she's wearing like a very bright pink fluorescent kind of top, and matched on bottom she has more of a cooler orange billowy pants. And I couldn't see much of the whole outfit, but from what I gather it looks really nice. Like her top looks silky. Her top looks either silky or satiny. I'm not quite sure. Her pants seem fitted well. They seem like almost kind of like business pants, but just like in a fun orange color. When it comes to Monet's look, it seems interesting. I didn't imagine her to be the kind of girl in such like a big unfitted structured cropped blazer like the one she has on in this scene. I love the color that she has on, like this like lavendery purple. I don't particularly get to see the bottom of her outfit, so I'm not sure if she's wearing like a skirt. Is it a matching skirt that goes with the blazer? Is it a dress? Like, what's going on? Are there billowy pants? Is it kind of like a 90s kind of thing? I don't know, because I didn't damn see it, and I hate that kind of stuff. Like, if you go out of your way to put on something that interesting on a character, let me see the whole outfit, especially for a show like this where fashion is a heavy aspect of the TV show. It was a heavy aspect of the show in Gossip Girl before. You have certain scenes which are iconic because of how good the outfit was in that particular scene. Like when Chuck and Blair got married, I don't think anyone really cared about the wedding, but everyone cared about Blair's wedding dress, that blue dress, which is a really good look. I do have to say, like, a lot of people remember that scene because of what she has on, and there was a lot of good shots in that episode when she had that dress on of it. So you need to be able to really show what it is that you're putting the stars and characters in, so we can get a good idea of how well the fashion is actually being done. We need better full wide shot pannings and head to toe looks. It needs to be better in that regard. Like, it's not just about selling the story, you also have to give a cohesive visual look for things, give the people what they want. Like, visuals are an interesting part of TV shows, otherwise I'd read the book. You know what I mean? As well as outfits also do help tell the story, so it can't hurt by making sure you get wider shots. It does not. And then narrow in afterwards, because you know you can't shoot everything in the same wide angle. It's not feasible or looks that good anyway. But let's continue. Let's move on. I really like the idea of having one of the first scenes or kind of like events in the show be like this kind of runway fashion show. However, where that kind of fell flat is that I didn't care about any of the fashion in the show. Like, I don't know. The outfits I don't think were bad. Like, they seem like they could have been very expensive pieces. Could have been very runway worthy, but like it wasn't anything much different I think you would see from anything else. Nothing really caught my attention, and what did catch my attention I didn't really like that much. Like, it was a bit basic. Also, neon is not on trend. That's not really an issue with me with outfits, but if it's a runway show, usually runway shows would be on trend, and neon hasn't been on trend I think since 2018, 2019, I think. Probably like 2018. I'm not even sure if 2019 neon was still like popping like that. So like, if you're gonna do a runway show, it should be something that's as near as in style as it can be. I understand they obviously film before whatever year release in, so I wish things were a bit more on trend or in fashion when it comes to a fashion runway show. I also wish they would have taken this kind of opportunity to put the most unconventional, flashy, and crazy looks that they could on the runway that they probably couldn't even put the characters in. But like the designers really loved a certain piece, like throw it there. But no, the runway show, the outfits there kind of felt very boring. And that's no bueno. I would have to say some of my least favorite outfits so far I've seen have been on Soya, and funny enough, they're the pieces that influencer Julian has picked out for her. So one of the first outfits I didn't particularly like is the kind of like gold latexy dress that Julian has on when she meets, not Julian, Soya has on when she goes and meets Julian's friends at the bar. I didn't really like it. It was like a long sleeve mini dress with a high neck. I was not a fan. I really wasn't a fan. It was very like eye-catching, but not in a flattering way, is how I would best describe the dress. And I feel like that would actually make sense for her character, since she is an outsider and she probably is trying very hard to fit in, and that's what she would think. The expensive kids are probably wearing something that looks like it's golden, like a gold dress. However, she didn't pick that dress out. Julian picked that dress out. So that didn't really make any sense to me. If anything, you would want, as Julian, knowing that your friends are shitty, you would want to pick out a dress that was not your own, so like you don't give Zoya a reason to stick out as wearing your hand-me-downs. And 2, you would pick something more in style with the rest of your group, because I haven't particularly seen them wear anything like what Zoya had on in that scene so far. So you should dress her in a way which you think your friends would like, and I don't think that dress was it at all. Now, it would make sense if maybe Julian was like secretly trying to sabotage her, but we don't have any kind of information that leans towards that way. We also don't really see anything that really shows that she's that much of a mastermind manipulator, like how I critiqued before, so that doesn't make sense to me. And again, we get the same kind of thing with like the orange sparkly dress that she wears to the fashion show. Well, that dress wasn't that bad. I personally am biased against sequins because I really don't like sequins. So if anything, that's just a me issue than the dress issue. But something about sequins to me, I really highly dislike. And I'm not sure how many people with money really like sequins as a material anyway. Like, I don't think it's that popular of an expensive material that people purchase. Maybe I'm wrong, I could be, I have no money. But like I said, I'm biased against sequins, so I didn't particularly like that dress either. And I did like the color orange on Zoya. I think it did match well with her skin tone. But the runway show seemed like it was kind of neon themed, so it did kind of go with the theme. But again, that kind of material, like that sequency orange dress, kind of calls out to me, like trying to grab attention. And again, as Julian is picking this out for Zoya, I don't particularly understand why that's the dress she would buy for her, and give to her. But the dress wasn't that bad, but it really was one of my least favorites I think I've seen in the show. But yeah, I do have to say I did not quite like, but I thought it was cool what the dress that Julian had on during the runway show while she was modeling. And I did think it was a really cool scene and a really cool touch to add the kind of like fire effect, like the girl on fire effect that it had in the background. I almost thought they were gonna go with a Katniss Everdeen kind of way, as like some kind of a nod to, oh yeah, this is hip kind of thing to like a young audience, but they didn't quite go that way, which I'm glad, because they did do a I volunteer as tribute kind of dialogue line later in the episode, which came off like I have said I volunteer as tribute, so I found that funny. I do say that every once in a while as like a funny gag, so I'm not too, I didn't dislike that line. It was just the way it was used I dislike, because it was used as a way for like the school body to directly talk to Julian about the cheating scandal, which was ridiculous, because why in the heck would they ever directly talk to her, or even OB? Like, again, Again, these people do not know how people, like actual people, talk and do stuff. I understand Julian's an influencer, but she's also an influencer at a very prestigious school full of other rich kids who probably are also influencers or hold influence like in their social circles. Why would they directly go up to Obi and call him like a cheater? Like, bullying does happen, but it didn't really come off as bullying. It came more off as fans who are obsessed with Julian's life because they'll see it through IG. And honestly, what those people would do is comment heavy and hard under Obi's IG, not go up to freaking Julian at the freaking stairs to the school and be like, I volunteer as tribute to help you get, like, no, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Like, it was so weird. Anyway, yeah. So when it comes to the fashion show, I don't think it's particularly that bad, but I don't find it like very inspiring or like jaw-dropping right now. I do think they also need to do better wide angle shots, or just like try to encompass the fashion and better in the scenes which they show up. And I hope I get to see more of a distinctive style for each of the characters. Like, I think that's one thing the OG Gossip Girl did pretty well with their fashion. Even if the fashion wasn't great sometimes, because like that year of fashion was a bit cringy too, with the layered, like the big, like chunky layered necklaces and like skater skirts and stuff like that. Like it was also kind of cringy sometimes, the fashion there. Looking back at it now, it was pretty popular when that stuff aired. But like every character really did have their own sense of style, and you could really tell. Blair was preppy, headband, wearing girl. Her outfits were pretty consistent when it came to her personality. Same with Serena, more like chill, glitzy, natural kind of girl. Like her fashion is effortless. So she had like, I think, a lot of nudes and goldens. That also went well with like kind of like a golden girl aesthetic, like California girl dream. Same thing you can say with Dan. Dan was a book nerd, so he kind of dressed like that. He was also the outsider, so his clothing were expensive. They weren't tailored. Sometimes they're a bit too loose, a bit too baggy when it comes to like his slacks and stuff like that. And you can really tell that with Nate. Nate is like, it's kind of like a Serena effortless cool boy who's very casual, who really doesn't care. And then with Chuck, he's like the male equivalent to Blair. Very expensive clothing. He wants it to be known that he is rich, very self-centered, egotistic, narcissistic. So of course he's going to be wearing like fitted, tailored suits on the reg because he wants people to know he is important. And you really saw all of those things throughout their clothing. And I'm not really getting that right now with Gossip Girl reboot, but again, it's the first episode, so we'll see how it progresses. I may try to do another one of these at the very last episode, or maybe midway and then the very last episode, but we'll see what happens. So bye for now.
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see.